Also find that the short to medium passes as success for them to move the football.
Vikings start at the 25. Joby Mallory finds a crease and lowers the shoulder out to the 32. Nice run of 7 yards for Mallory, a former walk-on. Battled through injuries last season. At 6 carries week 1 in Eugene.
And if you're Wyoming's defense, it's really big here to find a way to get a stop and don't allow them to double down on those possessions.
Mallory again. Gonna push forward enough for first down yardage.
Came back with the exact same play. They ran the first play for 9 yards, came back and ran the exact same play out of the exact same formation. They were able to get the first down and move the chains.
We saw more throwing than passing from Portland State that first half. We'll see if A.C. Patterson, the first-year offensive coordinator, just 31 years young, mixes some things up here on the first possession of the third quarter. Sachere fakes the toss. They're drifting out of the pocket. He will tuck it. Now gets rid of it at the last moment. And it's incomplete. Let's check in with Bridget Howard. She caught up with Bruce Barnum on his way out of the halftime locker room.
Yeah, thanks, Chris. Coming out of the locker room, this Portland State group was fired up, to say the least. Senior Isaiah Henry was bringing the energy. He told his group there's nowhere else we'd rather be right now, and was bringing the energy. Bruce Barnum told me out of the half, we have to hang with Wyoming by taking care of the ball. We also have to win the turnover battle, and he also challenged his group to make big plays on special teams. So those were the focuses heading into this second half.
It was last week at Oregon that Bruce Barnum pulled his starters at halftime. Didn't feel like they had much of a chance in that game. Much different story at the start of the third quarter this week in Laramie. Empty set. Sachere wings it. Nice catch from Craig. Nice move from Quincy Craig. And he's got a first down.
Wow, I've been really impressed with Craig. He's done a great job, whether from the out of the backfield or playing when they go empty and out at the receiver position. But he catches his ball in the flat, makes a guy miss, and is able to get up, move the chains for another first down.
An injured offensive lineman down for Portland State, and we will step aside. Vikings have first and 10, nearing midfield. On the opening possession of the third quarter here in Laramie. Dallas Holliday, the senior left tackle, injured at that last timeout. He's another former Boise State Bronco, appeared in 34 games at Boise State across 4 seasons there. Now anchoring the left side of the Viking offensive line. Portland State on the move, first possession of the third quarter. And a run of 4 yards on first down. Christian Grubb and the UCLA transfer.
Yeah, again, just another positive play on first down. Again, they're getting momentum. They're moving the ball. No negative plays, allowing them to makes it easier for an offensive play caller. And now we got another offensive lineman down on the ground.
Back-to-back plays The starting offensive lineman up front for Portland State takes a spill. That's Pedro Timoteo, another former Mountain West player from Fresno State.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know, everyone talks about coming up here and playing at elevation, and is it cramping? Is it you know, again, Texas Tech had some of that last week as well. But you know, Portland State doesn't have any you know, they play at NAU, which is very, very high, so they're used to playing at some elevation. Definitely not at home, but they, in their conference, in their league, they play at elevation, especially going to there and going up to you know, the Montana States.
Yeah, this is the first of 3 games at altitude for Portland State. Northern Arizona plays 6,880 feet above sea level at the Walkup Sky Dome, and Portland State also has a game not far from here in Greeley, Colorado against Northern Colorado at about 5,000 feet later in the season. A good early test for the Vikings, their second straight FBS opponent out of the gate. They've played at least 2 FBS opponents each of the last 9 years. And the tunnel screen incomplete, intended for Darian Chase. 3rd down.
Yeah, a little case of catching it or looking ahead before he caught it. Again, the Pokes came with pressure versus that empty look with playing some man. I don't know if that play would have lasted anyway. It's probably a good thing he didn't catch it.
So it's 3rd down, about 6 yards to go. 5 wide receivers, an empty set for Dante Sachere.
Looks like the Pokes are dialing up some pressure. They might bail out of it here now that they've double cadenced them, though.
Portland State 6 of 11 on 3rd down in the first half. Wyoming brings the pressure. Sachere deep up the sideline, through the hands of Bennett, and incomplete. Stride for stride with Colby Taylor, the redshirt sophomore corner from Houston, and Portland State will punt.
Great ball here by Sachere. He puts it right on the money, and if you're a receiver, you got to come down and make that play. Taylor does a good job of playing his hands. His hands go up, he plays through the hands and able to disrupt the timing of his jump and not make him confident enough to see that ball get into his hands.
So the Vikings take it just past midfield. An empty possession out of halftime for Portland State. And now George Triplett summoned to punt for a 3rd time this afternoon and sends it through the end zone for a touchback. Wyoming's first second half possession when we return. The Pokes up 11 in the early stages of today's 3rd quarter. Career interception. 3 Cowboys had their first career touchdowns as well. The fullback Driscoll, the tailback Scott, and the tight end John Michael Gillenborg had the big one to tie things up in the second overtime.
Yeah, that interception by Rook Brown, that was the big-time turning point in that game. They were down 17-0, get the turnover that led to their first points of the game.
Sam Scott, the feature back, as they bring Sargent in motion. And Portland State does a nice job to get to the ball carrier behind the line of scrimmage. No gain. And Dino Cajao-Leo, the senior from Santa Rosa, California, former junior college All-American, with the tackle for loss.
Yeah, great penetration by the captain there. He's able to get upfield and able to get Scott down in the backfield, getting him behind the chains and getting him definitely where Wyoming doesn't want to be in 2nd and long.
Second season at Portland State for Cajao-Leo after 2 seasons at the City College of San Francisco. Scott led the way with 68 rushing yards that first half. Short dump off over the middle. Trayton Welch unable to hold on to it. Incomplete.
Feels an incomplete pass. 3rd down.
Again, the Wyoming defense came back and got that stop, which was huge for them to not give them more points, allow Portland State to double down. But it was very important for them to come out and have a good drive this first down. But right now, Portland State's bowing up, and they're forced Wyoming to a 3rd and very long here in their opening drive.
Zach Westig was able to read the pass play and knock it away from Welch as he tried to gather it in. Freshman from Jefferson, Oregon. The defensive staff spoke highly of him when we had our conversation with them earlier this week. So now it's 3rd and 13 for Wyoming. Cowboys' first possession of the second half. Peasley off balance, middle, and the catch made right across the 30. It's Jalen Sargent's first catch of the day.
Great job of extending the play, able to find the hole. They're playing just true cover 4, able to find it right in the middle of the field right there, and able to thread the needle and put it on him for a first down.
3rd career catch for Sargent, a redshirt sophomore at Logan, Utah. And so 3rd and long, no problem for Andrew Peasley. 15-yard completion extends the possession. New set of downs. Wheeland out of the backfield had a touchdown catch in the first half and has a run of a dozen, and a new set of downs for Wyoming here.
Little momentum here now with the Wyoming offense. 2 back-to-back big plays, 2 back-to-back first downs. Able to keep moving the chains. Little outside zone motion, the receiver back in the backfield, get a little outside zone, played it for Wheeland. Able to find the edge. Again, if you don't set an edge on defense, you don't have a chance, and they were able to take advantage of that.
Wyatt Wheeland doesn't have a ton of carries in his career, but does have a couple of rushing touchdowns to go along with now 2 touchdown catches in his 6th season with this Wyoming program. There's the pitch, and DQ James able to muscle his way back towards the line of scrimmage and all the way out towards midfield. It looked like he would be tackled for a loss, but somehow winds up getting close to 5 yards.
I don't know what offensive lineman that was, but whoever, he was able to grab him and pull him forward. Let's find number 72 right there, able to pull him forward and get him going in the right direction towards the goal line.
Looks like Billy Lutui, transfer from Sacramento State, the defensive tackle for Portland State. Slow to limp off to the sideline. Jordan Tongaloa will take his place. Wyoming averaging nearly 6 yards a carry.
Yeah, you definitely love that statistic if you're an offensive coordinator, play caller, getting 6 yards on every run play.
Beasley throws, and there's Gillenborg. The big game-tying touchdown in the second overtime last week. That's his first catch of the afternoon.
Man, just a nice little back shoulder throw there, able to get him right at the sticks. Great timing by both those guys, be able to be on sync and hit that right. He wasn't even looking, and Peasley had that ball out, and he stopped and turned around, and there was the ball for a first down.
Well, Wyoming, they like their tight end room with Gillenborg and the first team all-conference Trayton Welch. There's another tight end with a catch just shy of the 30. Peasley on target once more, and back-to-back catches for John Michael Gillenborg.
Yeah, again, just this is the same play they ran to start the game. They've ran it a couple times. Sometimes Andrew's been able to run it, but this time they found that second level tight end bench route and the second level, able to put it right on the money for him for a first down.
5 catches last week for Gillenborg against Texas Tech. The 6'5" redshirt sophomore from Leawood, Kansas. And a new set of downs at the Portland State 31. Farrell spins his way back to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. Parker McKenna and others in on the stop for Portland State.
Yeah, Portland State's defense kind of was getting fed up there a little bit. Brought some pressure that time and guessed right and was able to get right into the green there of the offensive front, and able to make a play right at the line of scrimmage to actually lose a yard.
Wyoming has not had as much success running on the inside as they've had out to the edges today. Officially a loss of 1. Sam Scott checks back into the game. He's the feature back on 2nd and 11. And he's taken down for a loss. It's Parker McKenna again. He's made some big plays for the Portland State defense this afternoon. And he'll force Wyoming into a 3rd and long situation.
Man, just fit the hole. He did that in the first half too. Just reads it correctly, sees the fullback, able to go hit the hole, and able to make the play for no gain, maybe leaving a loss of a half a yard.
Kind of hard to believe, but Wyoming attempting 3rd down for just the 3rd time this afternoon. Cowboys 1 for 2. Here comes the pressure, and Peasley sacked back at the 40. The play was blown dead before the ball came loose. And that's the first Portland State sack of the afternoon on the 6th-year senior Andrew Peasley. And it backs Wyoming out of field goal range.
Yeah, I bet Coach Bull talked about that too. That happened in last week's game too, where Peasley took a sack and he was a little gun shy about the 56-yard field goal. But looks like he's actually going to go back to doing it again right here, making this another 56 and a half.
Well, this would be a new career long, and I guess you're never out of field goal range when you have John Hoyland. Preseason All-American, 46 career-made field goals in his Wyoming career. This would be a new career long. He was good from 56 last week against Texas Tech. End over end. He's got it.
Man, I'll say it again. He's just a weapon. And this was a walk-on that came in on the scene as a freshman. Again, great operation, great snap, great hold, great kick. And when you have a kick this far, the biggest fear as a coach is he able to get it elevated enough so it doesn't get blocked. And he's able to get that ball up in the air, over the rush, right down the middle.
Only in Laramie does their kicker send the home crowd into a frenzy. That's what happened when you have John Hoyland on your team, getting set to kick off here from the 35. You wonder if he could knock one through the uprights from there. It just tied his career long of a 56-yard field goal make, and the Pokes back up a couple of touchdowns.
Chris, I was walking down in pregame and I was watching John just kick on his own, and when he kicks it, it doesn't sound like just a normal kick. It sounds like a drum. I mean, he just absolutely kills the football. It's impressive to watch.
Well, here was the 56-yarder. We suspect it was a little longer than 56, but maybe not long enough to call it 57. But it would have been good from 57.
Oh yeah, easy. I don't know if he hit it as good as he hit it last week, but he definitely hit it enough. I mean, last week's probably would have been good from 65. That one probably had at least another 5 yards, but still, regardless, 3 more points on the board for the Wyoming Cowboys.
Vikings do keep it at a 2-possession game, and Wyoming bottles up the Quincy Craig carry to start the series. Ben Florentine, the redshirt sophomore from Anaheim in his 3rd season at Wyoming, and others brought down the ball carrier.
Yeah, again, like you said, Coach, Chris, it's still a 2-possession game, so if they can keep getting points on the board, right now when it's getting to the point where they need touchdowns, they can't get any more field goals.
There's Quincy Craig once more. Very tough to bring down, and winds up getting 2 yards. It'll set up 3rd down, 7 yards to go for Portland State.
They're keeping trying that little change of direction, 2-back run play, and Coach Salvell's seen enough of it. He's got some answers for it. That's back-to-back times where they're able to stuff it, make it another 3rd and long. See what Coach Salvell dials up this time on 3rd and long.
Portland State 1 for 3 on 3rd down this afternoon. A wide 2-by-2 set for Dante Sacheret. Here comes the pressure. Sacheret hit as he throws. Incomplete. Threw it behind McLean Griffin. Defended by Tyrekus Davis.
Well, Coach Salvell decided to bring some pressure, and he definitely brought it. And again, Sacheret wasn't able to set his feet to deliver that ball. He got hit as he's throwing it. Again, almost another pick, but he gets hit by line of scrimmage. Again, great coverage on the edge. Again, making it a 4th down, sending the punt team on the field, giving the Wyoming Cowboys the ball back.
Well, 2 empty possessions from Portland State to open up the 2nd half. George Triplett, former Princeton Tiger, handles the punting duties for Portland State. Caleb Cooley signaling, did not signal fair catch, and winds up moving backwards after receiving the punt near the 35-yard line. 5:16 left on the 3rd quarter clock. The Wyoming lead is 14. Still a 2-possession game here, but the Pokes have an opportunity to give themselves some breathing room heading into the 4th.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's big right now for Wyoming's offense to keep the pedal down. I mean, again, every time they kind of gotten that 2-possession, now it's a 3-possession game right now. But again, every time, or 2-possession game right now, they've kind of laid off a little bit. Now I'd like to see them keep the pedal down, go get some more points on the board, and extend this lead.
Cowboys start at the 33-yard line. A run play for Paisley. Nice spin move. And down he goes at the line of scrimmage for no gain. Nice open field tackle made by Portland State. Travis West, junior, who was 2nd on the team with 9 tackles in week 1. A real locker room favorite for this Portland State team.
Yeah, absolutely. Homegrown kid from Portland there. Again, tried a little outside zone play. They've had a lot of success with that outside run game, but they blitzed right into it, and Peasley was smart enough to pull it. But I'm sure Coach Bull at this stage of the game doesn't love to see his quarterback running for his life there.
Paisley, delayed handoff. This is Jamari Farrell with the crease. Farrell up to midfield. A 17-yard run for the junior college transfer, Jamari Farrell.
Great play call by Coach Polisek. Gets him out, spread out, show a little tailback draw, get those guys dropping, allows them to get leverage on those 2nd-level defenders. Those receivers do a great job digging out those inside backers.
Farrell opened the scoring with a 1-yard touchdown run. Wyatt Wieland with an 8-yard catch on 1st down.
Wyoming came back real quick out there off that play, lined up real fast with a little quick game. Able to get a good positive play on 1st down. Again, nice job changing the tempo there by Coach Polisek on this drive.
Under Tim Polisek, this has always been a pretty balanced offense, and that's been the case here through a couple of weeks in 2023. 2nd down 2. There's Paisley out to the edge, down the sideline, And out of bounds near the 20. With a flag down back near the original line of scrimmage.
Again, having a lot of success moving the pocket, able to get on the edge. Receiver didn't know if he was going to pass it to him, and he kept trying to say, no, turn it, let's go, let's go. He had the edge. Smart play by the quarterback, big gain, penalty on the defense. They were declining it, take the play.
Paisley was Wyoming's leading rusher last week. Ran in his 6th career touchdown. He's got deceptive speed.
Yeah, he does. He does. Exactly. It's a great way of putting it. He's not fast, but he's sneaky quick, and he's able to make you miss.
Another red zone trip for the Pokes, and some movement up front. This would be Wyoming's first penalty of the afternoon.
Looks like Portland State just did a little shift on the D line and caught one of those young linemen, a little antsy, little flinch there.
Offense, number 57.
Causing him 5 yards.
Remains first down.
Inside of 3 minutes, 3rd quarter. Luke Sandy commits the first Wyoming penalty of the afternoon. Play action for Peasley. Well protected. That tries to dump it off for Scott, and it's through his hands, incomplete. Belted by Roman Kofensis, who was just deemed eligible before kickoff.
Yeah, they tried a little play action, little deep overs, trying to catch Portland State off guard. Good discipline by the secondary there by Portland State, able to stay on top of routes. Went to the check down, and unfortunately a little too high there for Scott, and great job breaking up the play.
Wyoming has already surpassed its team yardage total from a week ago. 341 for the Pokes this afternoon at 320 against Texas Tech. There's Peasley on the option run inside the 15. And tackled 4 yards shy of the first down. 11 yards on another Andrew Peasley run play.
Takes a big shot, and the whole crowd go a little ooh by the whole crowd right here because they just want to make sure he gets up. But at the same time, I just don't know if he knows how to play any other way. I mean, that's just the way Andrew Peasley is. He's a fighter. You know, a lot like a guy that used to play quarterback here a couple years ago that doesn't know anything different between the whistles.
He playing on Monday night?
He's playing on Monday night.
I think I know who you're talking about. See a lot of those 17 jerseys in the crowd this afternoon. 3rd down and 4. Paisley wings it over the middle. Asante dives for the goal line. Touchdown, Wyoming.
Great job of finding a hole in the zone. Peasley finds them, and then he just does the rest. He was not going to be denied the end zone. They catch him in a zone coverage, able to sit in the hole. Asante is able to get vertical, and it's just a want and a will right here. He's like, I'm getting in this end zone. Great job by him. Great reach. Great job.
Only 1 catch last week for Ayer Asante. He's got 2 catches this afternoon, both of them for Wyoming touchdowns.
Was it Chris Berman that said all he ever does is catch touchdowns?
Ayer Asante, very accomplished wide receiver in his time at Holy Cross. 16 touchdowns across 4 seasons in the FCS, and a couple scores in the brown and gold today. Wyoming goes up 21.
And again, that's a big time answer there. We talked about it as that drive was starting. Coach Bowles probably, you know, hinting at him, hey, let's go keep extending the game, let's not go into cruise control. And as a great drive they put together and able to convert on some long yardage situations and able to get points on the board and extend this lead to a 21 point game.
This is Wyoming's largest lead of the afternoon. The Cowboys 7 plays, 67 yards, took them just 3 minutes, 21 seconds. And not an offense that often associates itself with tempo, but scoring drives have been pretty quick this afternoon.
Yeah, explosive plays. They've been able to get themselves and get receivers, running backs in space and create some explosives, which is something that we haven't seen a lot from the Wyoming offense on a consistent basis, but it's nice to see it out here tonight. And you know, I think on that Wyoming sideline right now, they're really hoping to get a defense stop here, and that might have been the last we see of Andrew Peasley on this afternoon, possibly.
I think so.
Get some Svoboda out here to get him some reps, but we'll see.
It is a very tough pre-Mountain West schedule that Wyoming put together. It's Texas on the road in Austin next week, and then Appalachian State, power out of the Sun Belt, here a couple weeks from now.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know, I'm sure a lot of people around the state were thinking, man, if we could get out of the non-conference 2-2, that's a win. But boy, right now, the way things are rolling right now, shoot, gotta love where the Wyoming team is at right now, going into finishing off week 2 here and then going into week 3.
Very important drive for Portland State to try to stay within striking distance. Sachere wings it to the sideline, and Jermaine Braddock makes the catch.
You know, it's one thing we haven't seen him really get it going with his feet yet today, and I know it's probably been a conscious effort of Coach Savell and his defense of not letting him get going, but I have been impressed with some of the throws he can make. He does a good job of delivering the football, just sometimes a little inconsistent with the ball.
Team high 4th catch for Braddock, who had 70 receptions across 4 seasons at San Jose State. Pocket collapses, Sachere takes off, and a nice run across the 40.
Apparently his ears were burning. He heard what we were saying, and he's able to go make a play with his legs.
On that one scoring drive that Portland State had last week against Oregon, a lot of it was Dante Sachere running the football. We haven't seen a ton of that this afternoon.
Yeah, not a lot of design stuff. It's been more of this, you know, him creating extended plays and doing it on his feet, off schedule, and doing a good job there and getting a first down there for the Portland State offense.
New set it down to the 42. Sachere sets up the screen, and it's dropped. Samaj Bolin spent the last couple of seasons on defense. That would have been his first career catch, but it's an incompletion.
Yeah, they've liked that bubble play. They actually had a little bit of that, somewhat of a play there that had been a positive play, efficient play for him, but he got to catch the ball first, and unfortunately wasn't able to do that.
Incompletion stops the clock with 44 ticks on the 3rd quarter timer. Sachere with the pressure coming, and down he goes. Shea Suiaunoa rips him down. There's a flag down in the backfield as well. We will check the marker.
Offense,
Shea
number 21.
Suiaunoa
That penalty decline. 3rd down.
led the Cowboy defense with 12 stops last week. He's got a sack this week.
Yeah, great pressure, getting 4 to his side. They don't have enough bodies to block it.
3rd down and long coming up for Portland State. 20 yards to go after the sack. And Wyoming's got 5 of them on Dante Sachere this afternoon.
Wyoming looks like they're dropping 8 here. They're just going to rush 3, keep the ball in front of them, knock it down, get.
Sachere in trouble again. Lobs it on the run, and Bennett can't hold on. Incomplete. Knocked away by Isaac White. And another defensive stand made by Wyoming.
Again, to get pressure with 3 guys, that's big time. Able to get him out of the pocket, 3 guys dropping 8. There's not a lot of windows out there for that ball to get completed. Great job by the Wyoming defense, knocking it down and getting their punt return team on the field.
Now, Wyoming's defense, how about the halftime adjustments this group made?
Yeah, absolutely. Doesn't surprise me one bit. Coach Savell is a heck of a coach, and he's doing a great job of making those adjustments and shutting them out so far in this 2nd half.
This will take us down to the end of the 3rd quarter. Caleb Cooley on the return, able to stay upright, but not for long. Wyoming eyeing a 2-0 start to the 2023 season. Up 3 touchdowns over Portland State. Fourth quarter is next in Laramie. Some cloud coverage above War Memorial Stadium. 74 and sunny when we got going at kickoff. It's turned out to be a very nice afternoon here at War Memorial Stadium. Wyoming up 21 into the fourth quarter. And you called it, probably the last we've seen of Andrew Peasley. Evan Svoboda, who came in for a few snaps last week against Texas Tech, has taken over at quarterback for Wyoming. And a handoff to DQ James. We'll get 3 yards on first down.
Yeah, a really good looking kid here, Evan Svoboda. Big kid, big arm, able to do a lot of things, can throw the ball, has the ability to run it. Again, this is a great experience for him in the fourth quarter to manage the offense and give, because you never know when he's going to be needed.
Second season for Svoboda at Wyoming after a year at Snow College in Utah. Big 6'5" quarterback out of Mesa, Arizona. Wyatt Wieland in motion. He'll get it on the jet sweep. Wieland with room. Out to the edge. There he goes. Wyatt Wieland past the midfield stripe and out of bounds. There's a flag down back at the line of scrimmage.
Man, great call here. Able to go heavy. They think it's another, running the ball. Able to get the ball to the perimeter and bring it back, but might have got a perimeter holding call or maybe a legal formation.
Personal foul. Offense, number 81. After distance to the goal. Main second down.
Holding on the tight end. Got Welch on the perimeter holding.
Number 88.
Meanwhile, there's an angry bee in the booth.
Great play call, able to get it. Portland State thought it was going to be inside run. They packed the paint, get a lot of bodies in the box, able to get the ball out in the perimeter and able to get a big play. But unfortunately, they thought Welch got a little bit too much there on the perimeter and threw the flag, bringing up a 2nd and long here for the Wyoming Cowboys.
And it wipes out a 33-yard run. Second down, long way to go after the penalty. It's the second against Wyoming this afternoon. And Devin Body Jr., who plays primarily wide receiver, is taken down for another loss. It's Peyton Wing, freshman from Sumner, Washington, with his first career tackle for loss.
Oh man, looks like they wanted to get him out in space. Looks like he's got a little juice to him. Unfortunately, they wasn't able to secure the edge and wasn't able to break that tackle to get out in the perimeter, bringing up a third and really long here for Wyoming.
All right, third down, officially 20. Wyoming needs the 26 for a new set of downs. Svoboda, delayed give. Another negative play. Jamari Farrell dropped for a loss of 2. And Wyoming will be punting from the end zone.
Yeah, obviously, if you're Coach Bull, you're not very excited about that set. Obviously, you get a big play, gets called back, end up going backwards, and now you're punting in your own end zone is never a safe feeling here. And wouldn't be surprised if Portland State tries to bring pressure here and create a big play for themselves.
This is never fun for a punter. You have to watch those back feet and make sure you don't step out of bounds. Quincy Craig will let it bounce, and he won't touch it. It'll roll down to the 46. That's where Portland State will have it when we return. 3-touchdown game here in Laramie. Wyoming on top of Portland State in week 2. (31-10) Wyoming on top of Portland State in the fourth quarter. 5 sacks for the Wyoming defense this afternoon. Shea Suiaunoa had the most recent sack. Bridget Howard has more on the Wyoming linebacker.
Thanks, Chris. Yeah, defensive coordinator Jay Sawvell had the biggest smile on his face when I asked him about Shea Suiaunoa. He spoke about the evolution of Shea as a player within this program and how 2 years ago he was a backup and really practicing like one. Fundamentally, he said he wasn't good enough at certain things. Surprising enough, tackling being one of those. About a year ago during the offseason was when he said Shea really started to shift his course. He worked out and practiced like a guy that wanted to start. Sawvell told me in every individual tackling drill now we do every week, he goes the hardest out of everyone, and now he has a real pride to him in his work.
Well, he was second on the team behind Easton Gibbs in tackles last season and led Wyoming with 12 tackles in that week 1 win here over Texas Tech. Dante Sachere doesn't have anything available downfield, and he's taken down a yard behind the line of scrimmage. That's Jordan Bertinoli, the junior from Casper, Wyoming.
Yeah, again, Sachere just, the pass rush wasn't even there. He gets a little feet happy and tries to run when nothing's there. And good job there by Bertinoli to able to finish that play and make it a 3rd and long.
Portland State 6 out of 14 on 3rd down. Sachere coming to the far side of the field. on the wide side of the field, and Nate Bennett makes the catch out at the 41-yard line, shoved out by Ja'Cory Hawkins.
Again, you can see what Coach Barnum loves about this quarterback. I mean, he can do it all. I mean, that's another great throw off the back foot, right at the markers for a first down on to the field, outside the field numbers. So that's a heck of a throw there by Sachere to move the chains.
14th completion of the afternoon for Sachere. He ran in Portland State's only touchdown early in the second quarter. It's been tough for the Viking offense against this Wyoming defense since. And that's part of the reason why. The inside runs haven't gone for much. And Wyatt Eckler, who had an interception back in the opening quarter, makes the stop right at the line of scrimmage. No gain.
Boy, Wyatt Eckler gets the credit, but boy, Jordan Bertinoli put his guy back in the backfield so far that running back couldn't go anywhere. Great job by the Natrona County Mustang, knocking the guy back. And again, there's nowhere for them to go. Look at him just press the guy back, just jams up the running back in the backfield, and Eckler's able to clean it up.
Second down along 10. Sachere throws again. There's Jermaine Braddock. Got a step on Rook Brown and steps out of bounds at the 28-yard line. 14 yards for Portland State as they near the red zone.
Again, if they can get points on the board and keep this thing close, you know, they give themselves a chance. Again, good positive drive up to this point, moving the ball down the field.
Vikings have been shut out in this second half. Outscored 10-0 since the break. There's Sachere on a quarterback run, and he is driven down after a 1-yard run. Easton Gibbs and others there for the Wyoming defense.
Yeah, great job. Little misdirection. They thought they had a play out here. Wyatt Eckler ends up bringing it back inside to Easton Gibbs. Easton Gibbs makes the open field tackle for a short gain. Great job by the Wyoming defense doing their job and playing disciplined defense.
Just a couple of years ago, that Chad Muma was here anchoring that linebacker position for Wyoming. Easton Gibbs has that same pedigree.
Yeah, absolutely. And you talked to Coach Salvell yesterday about the comparisons, and it was fun listening to him talk about how comparable those two are.
Another completion on target to Jermaine Braddock. Short gain of 2. And it's third down again for Portland State. Well, we have seen the Vikings dial up some plays for Sachere to throw to the wide side of the field, and he's got a pretty good arm. Yeah,
having some success with it. And you got to think here that Coach Barnum's already told his offensive coordinator he probably got 2 plays here to get the first down. Field goals don't really do us anything right now.
Empty backfield, 5 wide. Eight and a half minutes left to play in Laramie. A designed run for Sachere. First down inside the 15. Tripped up by Easton Gibbs. All the way down at the 12. It's a red zone trip for Portland State, their first of the second half.
Yeah, good play call there by Coach Patterson. I don't think we've seen the empty QB draw yet. That was a good play call, able to catch him off guard and able to get up in there and get a first down for the Vikings offense.
Only Portland State's second red zone trip of the game. Sachere had a 2-yard touchdown run on the first. Haven't seen a ton of Andrew Van Buren this afternoon. He's the featured back on 1st and 10. And Braddock can't hold on this time.
Tried a little pick route there, trying to run a little rub, and folks are playing some man coverage, but down here, and an outside guy tried to get in the way of the guy covering over the number 2 receiver, and wasn't able to get him. It actually did put the ball on him, but it wasn't able to come up with the catch.
A completion stops the clock with 7:47 to play. Another empty set for the junior quarterback. Quincy Craig's in motion. Sachere on a designed run, and he only gets a few down to the 10. Another third down for Portland State on this possession.
Yeah, and again, you got to think 2 downs. This down here is where Wyoming is so tough, because what makes it tough down here for offenses is there's no more vertical field, so you got to rely a little bit more on the run game, and that front 7 for Wyoming is so tough. for them to be able to get any ball movement. So they got to find a way to create space by stretching them horizontally.
This is the 11th play of the possession. Started back at the 46. Sachere flips it middle. Touchdown, Portland State. McLean Griffin hauls in his first score of 2023.
Coach Sonville dialed up some pressure. They had it. They brought in more than they could block, but Sachere does a good job of seeing it and able to deliver the ball. Runs a great job of inside leverage, getting inside leverage on the slant. Sachere puts it right on him for a touchdown. Very similar to the touchdown they scored against Oregon last week, excuse me.
So McLean Griffin, who spent 4 seasons at Boise State, back in Mountain West country, and Portland State trims the deficit to 2 touchdowns. 7:03 to play at 7,220 feet. Portland State gets a little bit closer on a Dante Sachere touchdown throw. Now 11 plays, 54 yards on that last possession for Portland State, within a couple of touchdowns. Today's game is sponsored by Blue Peak Fiber Internet and TV. Blue Peak is the new internet in town and is providing cowboy and cowgirl fans with rock-steady internet. Blue Peak, keeping Wyoming fans connected.
7 minutes left in the game. Looks like Portland State's going to come out here with a little onside kick, and I think Wyoming wasn't ready for it, and they just had the return team out, and so they call a timeout here and might be getting ready for their hands team.
We'll take the first short timeout of the half. 30 seconds.
Be really interesting to see if they come out and do the same thing, or if they come back and kick it deep when they get their hands team in. A little chess match here.
Well, Portland State, they don't have anything to lose.
Right.
Play 2 FBS opponents just about every year. The Vikings are 4-45 all time against FBS competition. Had a narrow defeat at San Jose State last season. It's part of fundraising for this Portland State program. We talked to Bruce Barnum about it. He's got to raise $1 million every year. So what they usually do, and they've done it with this 2023 schedule, you schedule the 2 FBS opponents, and then you sort of subsidize that by playing a lesser opponent. And next week, Portland State will take on North American, an NAIA program from Houston. Think the Vikings will be favored next week?
Yeah, I think so. I think they will be. And you know, like I said, it's unfortunate that it comes to this, but at the same time, you got to do what you got to do. But here we go, onside kick, one of the most exciting plays to watch in football.
Well, Gianni Smith, well, onside it, pops up into the air. Trayton Welch takes a hit and holds on for Wyoming. And so the hands team does a nice job for the Cowboys. They will start just shy of midfield.
You know, in talking to Coach Barnum this week, you know, he talked about this is good reps to win the Big Sky Conference. Again, good execution, good kick, great job by Welch to go up and get it and secure it and take the ball down with them. And again, you never know when you're going to need to play like that, and it's hard to simulate in practice. And
Look at the upcoming schedule for Portland State. North American next week. They open up the Big Sky a couple weeks from now against Cal Poly. Vikings preseason pick to finish 8th in the ultra competitive Big Sky. Big Sky usually the best or second best conference in the football championship subdivision, along with the Missouri Valley Football Conference. I know you coached in the MVFC, so I'm sure you've got a little bias, but Big Sky's really good.
Yeah, absolutely. But I got a little bias for both. I grew up in Montana, so I grew up in Big Sky country. So at the same time, it's good football in both leagues. Unbelievable depth and both places, and both produce great teams that get into the playoffs.
Wyoming's got another Big Sky school on the schedule in 2024, and they will host Idaho. Idaho's a favorite on the road at Nevada today. Yeah. We'll tell you how good that conference is. Idaho's not even the projected best team in the Big Sky this year. Second down run for Sam Scott, and he's taken down after a 2-yard gain. Third down. A couple possessions ago, Andrew Peasley, Wyoming starting quarterback, taken out of this game, but as we wind inside the 6 minutes, it's just a 2-score game, and Portland State might have a chance to get off the field here. Yeah, it'd be interesting to see what Coach Bull does here. Third and medium here. Do they give Sabota a chance to throw the football, or are they going to keep the ball on the ground and play the clock and try to get out of here with the first down on the ground? DQ James with a crease and a first down run. They get 6, and that'll take some more time off the fourth quarter clock. Portland State make some substitutions.
Yeah, good time, big time push by the offensive line. Caleb Driscoll leading up and able to get, and DQ keeps his balance and able to get forward for a first down.
Portland State takes a timeout with 5:28 left to play. Wyoming's going to play 5 football games in the month of September, 4 of them here in Laramie, the lone road game in Austin against Texas. I guess if you're a Wyoming fan, do you want Texas to lose or win in Tuscaloosa against Alabama tonight?
Yeah, that's a great. We were talking about that earlier. And you wonder, you know, if they get the big win tonight in Tuscaloosa, are they going to overlook Wyoming and try to get back, or, you know, it just doesn't matter. I mean, I think the biggest thing is you want to see Texas really compete in that game tonight, and whether they win or not, if it's a close game, and then the Pokes get to go down there and in a night game next Saturday night and try to take one from the Big 12. Another one from
the Big 12. Then App State here. That's going to be a really tough test to get them ready for the Mountain West. And we will bring you the Mountain West opener at the end of the month here on the Mountain West Network against New Mexico. So Portland State, 2 timeouts left. DQ James ripped down at the line of scrimmage. Might have lost a yard there. Portland State, they've had some signs on defense this second half where they've shown the ability to stop the run.
Yeah, absolutely. That's been one thing I've been noticing, especially up front. They've been able to get some penetration, able to get into the backfield and do some good things. And like you were mentioned earlier, a lot of the success in the run game for Wyoming has been on the perimeter, not necessarily inside the tackles. And that's one thing that I think that they've done a good job of holding up. And they talked about playing a team like Wyoming will help them set up again when they go play Montana State and be some crossover there. So
second down 11. DQ James once more tries to change directions with the flag down in the area of holding. And James sprints out of bounds after gaining a few yards, but this one more than likely coming back.
You know, as an old coach, when you see a flag happen like that and you see a guy running like that, you're like, just go down, because it's not. No matter what you do right now, nothing's gonna be good except maybe someone getting hurt. But at the same time, can't fault the guy for effort. But it'll be interesting to see if Coach Barnum wants to take the yards or use the down and try to get him in 3rd and long.
Holding. Offense. Number 57. 10-yard penalty. Remain second down. Portland State will take their second charge timeout of the half.
Takes a timeout after the penalty.
Yeah.
It's a sign of respect for John Hoyland. 4:40 left to play at War Memorial Stadium. Wyoming trying to put the finishing touches on a 2-0 start to the 2023 campaign. Down the stretch we go in week 2. Wyoming leads by a couple of touchdowns over Portland State. The Vikings trying to give themselves a chance late. Wyoming has pulled its starting quarterback, Andrew Peasley, in large part to a 3-touchdown lead at the start of the quarter. We have yet to see Evan Svoboda drop back to throw. It shouldn't come as much of a surprise as Wyoming's focused on the clock here. Here's Sam Scott, and he's wrapped up and brought down immediately by Parker McKenna. Been a good afternoon for McKenna. He's led Portland State on defense. Yeah, I really like how he plays. He's definitely a force to be reckoned with in the Big Sky. I'm excited to see what he does the rest of the season. Definitely a very instinctive player. Obviously, great job reading it. He's shown up a lot today, and a big-time highlight point of this defense. What do you do in 3rd and 20? You need about 10 yards to get within John Hoyland range. Svoboda hands off. DQ James taken down for a loss. Some of the Boo Birds come out here in Laramie. Again, they brought everything, double edge pressure, able to get off the edge, and able to get in the backfield and not even get DQ get his feet even going. Here comes off the edge. Great job by the defensive end, outside linebacker, getting there to make a play and wrapping up, and everyone else showing up. I think Coach Barnum with those timeouts really just wanted to give his offense another chance to drive the field and see what they could do and maybe force another onside kick. A drive that in large part stalled because of a holding penalty. A couple of negative runs. And
Wyoming.
A Wyoming timeout.
Time out of the half. 30 seconds.
You wondered what we'd
Second
see from
timeout.
Wyoming this afternoon when you think about all the emotion that went behind that week 1 double overtime win. A trip to Texas looming next week. You've got this Portland State team that lost by 74 points in week 1 on the road at Oregon. And Cowboys have led comfortably for the most part this afternoon, but 3:16 left. They lead by just a couple of touchdowns, and Portland State's about to get the football back. Yeah, again, I think you're excited about it when when Andrew Peasley was in the game. They had all the momentum in the game. They took him out, and things kind of slowed down a little bit. But at the same time, I think you got to be somewhat happy with where you're at right now. And I think they've gotten a lot of guys some playing time here in the last 12 minutes of this quarter, and getting some guys some looks and doing that thing. But now they got to be ready for some more pressure here. It looks like Portland State's bringing pressure again. Clayton Stewart gets it away, and Quincy Craig will watch it sail over its head. It'll check up and roll out at the 9.
Great punt. Great job by Stewart, able to get that ball inside the 10-yard line all on his own. He didn't even need anybody to down it. Able to put that backspin on it and get it down to the sideline.
A long way to go for Dante Sacheret and this offense, and they have not been a big play offense this afternoon.
No, but it gives them a situation, you know, and you do 2-minute drill in practice, and you're able to simulate it the best you can. But this is live bullets. This is live. This is going right. You couldn't get a better picture right now, and it gives their offense a chance because you can't get enough 2-minute drill situations in the season when you need them.
.91 yards shy of pay dirt. That's where this Portland State offense begins. Sacheret, delayed handoff. Quincy Craig darts through the middle and gets 8 yards. See the tempo pick up here from Portland State.
Yeah, a little QB draw, very, very common play on the 2 minutes to start things off, see what you get, catch them off guard, everyone's thinking pass, and get able to sneak one in there for 8 yards.
Inside of 3 minutes here in Laramie. Sacheret over the middle, catch made by Nate Bennett. Out across the 35. It's a catch and run of 17 yards.
Sacheret caught Easton Gibbs kind of jumping on a lower route and able to sneak one behind and able to put it on him and get a first down, move the chains.
Bennett was the team leader at 47 catches in 2022. A run play for Sacheret, and that's what most of them have looked like this afternoon. Cole Goodbow with another tackle for loss.
Yeah, they dropped 8. Wyoming dropped 8 there, and I think they thought they could get one on him there a little bit, and Cole Goodbow said, nope, you're not running that QB draw again. And he gets subbed out. He needs a break.
Clock winds inside of 2 minutes. Sacheret dumps it off to the tailback, and Craig realizes the time situation. He skips out of bounds after a short gain. Inside of 2 minutes. Clock does stop on first downs. This will be 3rd and 10 for Portland State.
Yeah, it's a big time play. It'd be exciting to see what they come out, dial up. The coach wants to play pressure, or he wants to just play coverage and try to make them earn everything they get.
First down line at the 47. Sacheret, quick flip. It's Craig again with a couple of spin moves. And he's ankle tackled at the 49. Quincy Craig has not only been the best ball carrier this afternoon, but perhaps the best ball catcher for Portland State today.
Absolutely. 100% efficient for them. Little ball of dynamite, you know what I mean? Runs hard, does everything right.
Sacheret wide side of the field, and it's dropped. Darian Chase took his eyes off the football, and Tyrekus Davis was there to contest the pass.
Yeah, I couldn't tell if Davis got a hand on it or not, if it was just a straight drop, because he kind of had our backs to us. But let's see if he's able to. Nope, just straight drop. Drops the ball, but he felt him coming and able not to secure it and make it 2nd and 10.
Darian Chase, a receiver that started his career at Nebraska. Cornhuskers were thumped south of here in Boulder by Colorado earlier today.
Yeah, yep. That era of college football where he said started his career, you know, we got to keep track of all that stuff, right?
There's Quincy Craig again. And out of bounds at the 45. Stops the clock with 1:25 to play.
But gives him 3rd and manageable, able to get him 3rd and short, able to give a lot more options in the playbook for this type of situation. And then, like I said, and able to get out of bounds, which is very smart by him to do so.
A 3rd down, 3 yards to go. A possession that started back at the Portland State 9. Sacheret has now eclipsed 200 passing yards this afternoon. 5 wide.
Double pass.
Double pass. Braddock downfield. Catch made by Griffin inside the 10. AC Patterson pulls out the trickery, and the Vikings have 1st and goal.
Wyatt Eckler, I think, is the guilty party there. He just thought it was straight bubble and goes and jumps it. Corner thought it was cover 2, or was cover 2, and doesn't stay over the top and able to get a play over the top.
1st and goal from the 5. Sacheret in trouble, and he's tossed to the turf.
I don't know who had the ball. I think the Cowboys had both guys wrapped up.
To 110. 1-1-0.
Sashere just did get rid of it to Andrew Van Buren, but he still took a shot from Sebastian Harsh. And Portland State has exhausted its final timeout with 67 seconds left.
No one wanted those stats. They wanted, you take it, no, you take it. I'm not taking this tackle for a loss.
A double pass, and why not if you're Portland State, given the task of back-to-back FBS games to open the season. That is a costly 5-yard loss for the Portland State offense. They will have 2nd and goal back at the 10. Touchdown here. Got one more chance on an onside kick.
Yeah, it makes it interesting. Keeps everybody in the stands a little bit, and no one's comfortable right now. But again, down here we talked about this is where Wyoming is so tough down here in the red zone. If they're able to, obviously you can't really run the ball down here, as you just saw in that first down play, and they just make it tough on you and make you throw the football.
Portland State out of timeouts. Minute 10 put back on the clock. Sashere flips it to Quincy Craig, and it's a touchdown for Portland State. A flag down on the opposite side of the field near the 5.
They're going to call a legal man downfield on Portland State, I believe, because they went unbalanced. Portland State went unbalanced. They put 2 receivers on the ball up there, and if one of them went downfield, that means
it was ruled number 7 was covered at the snap. Therefore, ineligible player downfield. Offense, number 7. 5-yard penalty.
Touchdown will come off the board.
Yeah, it's a great play design. They got unbalanced up top, so you see another 2 receiver up there's on the ball. He can't go downfield. He's got to run a bubble or something else. He can't go downfield, so that's a great call by the official. And again, unfortunately, I bet play design wise he's supposed to, but I bet Coach Barnum down there is trying to say the ball was delivered before, was thrown before, but not the call they got, and brings up a second and goal from the 15.
So a run that went backwards 5 yards, and now a 5-yard penalty. And the game clock down to 1:06. Empty set, 5 wide. Sashere dumps it off over the middle, caught by Braddock in a short gain. No timeouts left for Portland State. This will be 3rd and goal from the 10. 7th catch of the day for Jermaine Braddock.
Yeah, big time clock's running, which helps Wyoming a lot here. They got to throw the ball in the end zone here. They can't sacrifice more time.
3rd and goal. Sashere to the end zone behind Quincy Craig, and incomplete.
Trying to throw that slot fade, trying to back shoulder it. He wasn't looking for it. He thought it was going over the top and didn't get his eyes back, and brings up 4th down.
An important potential stop or score for some.
Yeah, 100%. This is a big time play. This is 4th in the ball game right here. If you're Portland State, you need something good to happen here. Defensively for Wyoming, got to protect the goal line. Keep everything in front of you.
A wide 2-by-2 set. Van Buren into block. Sashere off of his back foot, knocked away and incomplete. McLean Griffin, the intended receiver. Rook Brown with the game-sealing pass breakup.
Yeah, just really, they brought pressure, a little bit of a jump ball. Great job of playing through the ball, coming down, knocking it down. Again, that'll end the ball game. Portland State's not happy. They thought maybe a little bit early, but no flag, no harm. Now Wyoming can come out here and just take a knee and get win number 2.
Much better effort turned in this week by Portland State, but they will again come up short against an FBS foe. Evans Svoboda played the entirety of the fourth quarter. Victory formation for the Wyoming Cowboys. The Pokes will head to Austin, Texas, 2-0 with a 31-17 Week 2 triumph at home over Portland State.
Yeah, obviously, probably a little bit more defensive snaps they wanted to play there down the stretch, but at the same time, great win for the Cowboys. Always good to go 2-0. Always good to get a win on Saturdays, and excited for that matchup next week in Austin.
Wyoming led from wire to wire. They took a 14-0 lead in the opening quarter, and they never looked back. So for the second time in the last 3 years, Wyoming has opened the season with back-to-back victories. Double overtime thriller last week here over Texas Tech, and a 2-touchdown win that got a little too close for comfort in the final stages of the fourth quarter, but pretty appropriate that a defensive stop sealed win number 2 for Wyoming. Bridget Howard is standing by with the Cowboy head coach Craig Bull.
Thanks, Chris. Coach Savell told us that the X factor defensively was going to be making sure that Dante Sachere wasn't able to use his legs. What did you like from your guys? 9 tackles for loss today and the way they contained him.
Well, they played hard, and we did tackle him. I want to say hats off to Portland. These guys didn't quit. They're a good football team. We're excited we won the game. Now it's on to the University of Texas.
Ayer Asante had just 1 catch last week. He had 2 today for 2 touchdowns. What'd you like about his efficiency offensively?
Oh, he's doing a great job. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Coach.
Craig Bull, lots to say about this Week 2 victory over Portland State, 31-17.